5 most terrifying creatures spotted in forests. If you are a person who loves to watch the creepiest and scariest stuff on the internet, you have come to just the right place. Welcome back to Just Scary. Hold on with us as we show you the 5 scariest creatures that have been spotted and caught on tape in the forests. So take a look at this video, it's truly a myth come true. 5. Old School Monkey. The Vangeline face Saki monkey is a fluffy black and golden furred animal that was featured on today's show. Their retro hairdos definitely make them stand out. They are quite fashionable and they can be found in the vast Amazon forest. I guarantee that most of us have never seen one before, and the reason I can be so sure of that is because this particular creature hadn't been seen by anyone for close to 80 years. In contrast to other species of monkeys, these guys' tails aren't very useful for swinging on trees. Instead, they move through the treetops with the motions that are similar to that of a house cat, carefully scanning the rough terrain on all fours and jumping nimbly from branch to branch. In 2017, they were discovered to be alive for the first time since 1930s. One admirable behavior of these broad-faced monkeys, which researchers tracked for months, is that when threatened by a predator, the males flee alone, leaving the females and the young in the hopes that the dangerous predator will follow them instead, leading them away from their families. Quite a daring thing to do, I would say. But how would you feel if you spotted one of these out alone in the wilderness? Pretty spooky, I suppose. 4. Wolf creature. So our first video in itself is equally terrifying. Here is a disturbing video that was recently released in August of 2019. You might have already heard of more than a few different wolf-like creatures in urban folklore, but we are so familiar with a werewolf, I'm sure you've heard of this infamous dogman creature, which is thought to have originated in Wexford County, Michigan back in 1887 and is described as a 7-foot-tall half-man, half-dog creature that stands upright. There are even rumors that the cycle of sightings for this unusual creature occurs in 10-year intervals and tends to happen most frequently in the years that end with 7. Now that's for my astro friends to analyze. Then there's another story of the infamous chupacabra, a folkloric creature with a slight canine appearance that was first reported in Puerto Rico and is said to have slaughtered goats and drank their blood. I know, that sounds pretty creepy, but check out this video we just got our hands on. The story goes that a man and his dog were walking through the woods one day when the dog spotted something off in the distance. The dog went over to investigate, which was for whatever reason permitted by its owner. And when the dog got over to it, the owner pulled out his smartphone and decided to record a video with it. At the start of the video, it's pretty obvious that his dog is terrified, and then the dog panics as this extremely large wolf-looking creature charges at the dog and gives it a savage bite. The most distressing portion of this video, sadly, is immediately before the video ends, when you can hear the man yell for his dog, then the dog whimpers quickly before the video ends. What the hell could this thing be? It's gigantic. No information has been released regarding what happened to the dog, but we do know what was going on here. What kind of animal is this? And perhaps most importantly, why in the world did this dog owner allow his beloved pet to stray so close to an apparent beast? It's doubtful that we'll ever learn the answers to these questions, but it's important to know that many people online suggested that this creature may even be a direwolf, an extinct species of wolf and one of the most famous wolves. Oh, and did you know that the dire wolf was recently made famous by the popular television series Game of Thrones? So before we can continue, we must pause for a moment and show you something that just came to our desks. And by that I mean that we found it on the internet on the same computer that is on our desk, and we thought that it looked pretty terrifying. Take a look at the Game of Thrones direwolf and let us know in the comment section down below what you know about it. 3. Bigfoot. Now this one is the most infamous mythical creature in North America, the Bigfoot. First appeared in some of the earliest real footage, which is presented next. This footage was shot in 1967 in the area surrounding Bluff Creek in Northern California. Bob Gimlin and Roger Patterson, the duo who filmed the alleged encounter, were either able to dress up someone in a gorilla costume, or this footage is really a large creature that looks like nothing else that we've ever extensively documented. Take a look. Is what we can see there walking through the forest a tall, all-black creature walking about? What in the world do you think that could be? In 1967, there wasn't much by way of video editing software available to the public, so it probably cannot be edited. The one thing that we know for sure is that this video clearly caused quite a stir with the public once it made its way to the local and even national news outlets, but nothing was ever shown to be conclusive. When Bob was interviewed, he claimed that the video nearly destroyed his life. Not only did he have to deal with the jokes from his friends and family, but he also claimed that he was edged out of a deal to exploit the footage, costing him credibility and money. However, while many essentially state that the footage must have been faked more than 50 years later, Bob claimed that this video practically destroyed his life. It's hard to say the least, but do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you know any stories or sightings of it? Let us know in the comment section down below. I would say it is quite implausible that there is an animal species that is that intelligent, large, and so elusive that it always evades human detection. Maybe it exists or maybe it doesn't, but I guarantee you that this isn't the only supposed footage of Bigfoot. 2. The Tennessee Mystery. The Tennessee Mystery, or at least that's how it was titled on the 2012 video that we discovered it on, involves a man named James Johns who captured a very strange and weird-looking figure on his camera while filming his own homemade horror movie. After the day's shooting was over, James went back to get his camera. And what you're about to see is one of the largest and most enigmatic cases to ever occur in North America. He claims that after gathering everything else left out for the day, he gave the area one last scan because he frequently takes pictures of the wildlife and wanted to make sure he didn't spook any turkeys or a deer or any other animal for that matter, because if he did, he wanted to take some pictures for his collection. He didn't see any of those animals, but what he did see is something much scarier. Look at that thing just standing there. What would your best guess be about what that thing is? Or better yet, if you've ever seen anything crazy in the wilderness, then perhaps you can offer up a bit more insight for us about what this strange creature can be. As you can imagine, the comments beneath this video were pretty much all over the place. People have given us explanations ranging from an escaped fugitive to the devil himself, but of course no one really knew what it was. Anyways, here we are at the last part of our video. Don't forget to let us know of any other spooky sightings that we have missed out on. So, let's finish this. 1. Strange Creature. So coming up next on this list is a video that was posted by a channel called Will and Weston, who both claim that back on March 15, 2013, a friend of the family took a quick picture on an iPad, and what they noticed is pretty shocking for the viewers. This is what they saw. What in the world is that, and why does it look like it's just staring into the family's home at this time? So, here's another story about a strange shadowy figure lurking in the woods, but this time I cannot give you the location because we're not exactly sure in which country this video takes place. Although I was thinking the entire time that this whole thing was quite dangerous as these young fellas went out and chased an unidentifiable figure, as it seemed a bit irresponsible for this whole group to do anything like that, but you know what they say, boys will be boys. Anyways, once the boys reach the edge of the trees, they frantically start looking again, and at first it seems that they found what they were looking for. However, as they continue looking, it becomes clear that they have not. The boys eventually gave up on the search, but there is no information on whether they ever discovered whatever was lurking in the woods. Hopefully, they are still alive today. And that's it for today's video, folks. Do not forget to show your love by clicking the thumbs up button and subscribing to our channel for your favorite spooky, scary content. See you soon!